In this episode, we've considered the concepts that we've learned in interior two-point perspective with a technique that one of the corners can be seen inside our paper. We design a perspective together. Now pay attention. We place a line, which is one of our corners, in the middle of the paper. For example, we place this line in the middle of a paper. This is the height of our spectator, and we draw the horizontal line from the left and right. One of the vanishing points on the right side and the other one is on the left side. And we can put the one that is on the left side outside of our paper. In general, we draw it with pale lines. And from this side, also same thing. Here, the priority is with this corner that we did, because both sides of our vanishing point is outside of our paper. There will be a seat back here, a chimney in the middle, which is filled between these two spaces. In order to draw a wall for the chimney, we draw the line here, send it to the vanishing point, like that. Again, send it to the vanishing point. And from here, we go down, and this is the wall for our chimney, which is placed in the middle of the space here. We'll consider the height this much, and on top of it, other things will happen. And the bottom will come forward more than the top. Just a bit. Again, send it to the other vanishing point, the left one. Here, go forward a bit, and here we can close it. Go upwards from here. Maybe if we reduce the thickness, that would be better. Something like this. I'm gonna draw with very pale lines so we can edit it on the go. We made this one smaller and a line backside like that. So we have the general idea of how it will look like. And behind it, we want to place an L-shaped sofa. We'll continue this part. And if the height of a person is this much, 1/4 will be our seat. Like that. So I just want to draw and design a very comfy sofa. We send it to the other vanishing point, and we close it, send it back. And like this, the other corner. The box at the bottom is our sofa. We can add details to it to see how it will turn out. And if you want to do anything on the left side, we can add the details as well. Like a table should be fine, a round table. With a stand underneath it, just like that. Now let's add details to our sofa. Or we could do the opposite. Add details at the front. To our chimney, this is a line for the fireplace. And here we get the shape of the fire. A general shape for it. So later on we can add colors to it. And for the top, we can add some decoration. We can divide it to 3 parts, and we can create 3 shelves. By crossing the line, we get the middle. So we have that one, 2 lines, next to it as well. Again, the middle of the right side and the left side. So just like these, we get the middles. And this is how we do it. Divide the shelves. For example, till this height can be closed like that. Go downwards. And as you can see, we are changing the texture. Add some hatching in line with your vanishing point. Basically, we are just changing the material, not something complicated. For the upper area, we can repeat the same thing. Send it inwards, here, and here. Send it to the vanishing point, and go back to the other vanishing point. And we have an area like that. And add some hatching in line with the vanishing point here. And as you can see, we are changing the material just like that. And the bottom part, we can make it darker, or we can add some lighting. And place some detail on these shelves. Like this. In this part, same thing. Like this, and same process for the next one. So we divided these areas, and like this we try to get the highlights to show the depth. And the same thing on the bottom. And here we can add some rubble stone. A couple of white rubbles here. Try to add them one by one, so the process looks more natural. Like this. And as you can see, these small details make it very interesting. And here I wouldn't mind if it goes till there as well. Like this. And these are giving character to this design. We could do it here with a couple of lines, or we could have the same thing when we are adding colors with a marker. So basically both of them are doable. And later on we can add just a little bit of color on these rubbles. Like this. Add some lines next to it, and now let's move to the sofa behind it to see what we can do. So the height of a person is that much, and half of the person will be like that. Add the cushions. And like this corner as well. Here, same thing. So slowly and one by one, we add these cushions. And try to make this sofa very smooth, with smooth lines and lines go corners, soft corners like that. And because we are very far away from our sofa, it doesn't need too much detail. And in front of it, we can add a round table like that. Add 2 legs here and 2 legs on the other side. And like this, we have stands for this table. And this is a cozy place that we just created here. We can add another comfy sofa on the side as well. Height of the person 1/4 will be the seat. Get the box like that. And after that, you get the general shape of the sofa, add a smaller detail to it. So just like that, send the back up. And we have a chair here. We can show them by adding some hatchings. And they can be distinguished from the rest of the place when we add these hatchings from down to up. Now, let's go for the rest of the place. If we want to place another chair or another sofa, we can add another sofa or a couch. And we can add some other details on this side as well. We could have it in different directions as well, to the other vanishing point. We can have half of the sofa here, and half of it can't be seen. It's not in our line of sight. And this is the rest of the detail in our area. And here, the details can be a bit different. A textural-like sofa. A very simple seat with a little hatching on top of it. As you know, I like to do the most of it with hatchings and adding lines. And next to it, we can have a round table here as well, with a very simple stand. And next to it, if we have any plant or greenery, we can add it as well. You're just doing the lines very elegantly. And we are drawing the plant with patience. And as you can see, we can just show them by a couple of lines. And if anything is happening on the wall or next to it, we can add like a window. And always pay attention to your vanishing point in order to draw the lines correctly. And for the outside, like this, we are just adding a terrace like that. So we've added some stuff outside. Here we have our sofa, and we can close it there or add an opening. Maybe a hallway or walkway here. We can add it there. Or a walkway that can have some paintings on it. And on this wall, we add the lines in line with the vanishing point. And we can add some paintings on it. All of them in line with our vanishing point. Make the left side a little darker to give them a bit of depth. Small up and down hatching on the wall. We add these in order to show our paintings better. And alongside all of these details, let's add our flooring and send a line to the vanishing point again. And here we can place a rock as well. Like this. We have the back of our area, like that. If we have a lighting, we can show it here as well. And we have these lamps like that. And if you have another standing lamp at the back, we can place it like that very simply and easily. And at the times like this, you can place a couple of items and a couple of details just like that by adding some simple lines. and some hatching on this chimney as well. And here we can add some texture to the stone chimney. Now let's color it to see what we can achieve here. So we start with C series again, and we add the basic color to the whole area. And here for the ceiling, we can separate the ceiling just like that. Now let's use C number 1, and we apply a color in different directions. This side of the stone as well. Walls on the left side, and if you have a curtain somewhere, we can add it as well. We can add a small curtain here, like that, to make the area look a bit better. Now let's add some color on the walls. We have these, a bit on these rubbles and on the floor as well. I'm gonna pick up the other CG number 1 that I have. We send them to the very top and inside. And in general, CG number 1 can be applied to the whole area. So you don't have any limitations in order to use this color. And as you can see, you should be able to show your furniture with these colors as well. It's very interesting that some people look at this type of rendering and this type of sketching and they think we don't follow any rule. But it's interesting that we actually do. So we start from light colors and then we add darker colors and different tones of color. Like here we start with CG number 1 and later on we'll add darker colors or even different tones of color inside our design. And basically we don't have any limitation in our basic design. Let's pick up CG number 2 to add another shade on it and give it a different texture in some area. If some of the stones need to be darker, we can do it as well. A bit of color on this sofa, we can show them as well, because we need to show the highlights on our furniture. And always consider one side as shadow, and it will help you a lot during rendering. And as I said, slowly and bit by bit we make it darker. And we can show the lighting with this color as well. And on the fire, on this lighting, on the standing lamp back there, we can show it as well. We can have a couple of stains of color on our painting as well. And make sure to add green colors as well. We can even add some green colors into areas that we don't have plants. So we've added these. And for the outside, when we add these, we start to see what is happening outside. We have the colors like that and a darker tone on our plants again. And these will help to show our design much better. Now let's use a darker CG, like CG number 3, and add another shade of color to show the difference of the material. Make sure to make the left side a bit darker. You start adding colors on these cushions. And as you can see, as we go further, these details can be seen better. A couple of vertical lines in order to show the reflection on the floor. Here for the frame of this window. And on these parts as well. And as you can see, as we do these very simple highlights, it can explain our design much better. And for this part of the ceiling, we can add another shade of highlight. Now let's move to CG number 4 or number 5. And as you can see, as we make this wall darker, our chimney can be seen a lot better. So we add another shade of highlight on this wall. And in another area, if you have some other type of shadow, we can add it as well. On the cushions, if you have any color here and there, we add it as well. These colors can help us. And again, you can make it even darker, like number 6 or number 7. And as we add number 6 or 7, definitely our design can be seen much better with these highlights. And like that, we are able to show the depth of our sketching. And as you can see how different it looks by adding this shade of color. But remember, always leave some areas white. And these darker areas that we're adding are giving depth to our sketching. We add the back side, the shadows, and on the left side, maybe a bit on this tree as well. A green color on the glass can help as well. I wouldn't mind to add the blue color here and there, just to scatter it around your sketching. So you can use most of the colors in your sketching like this. In general, we're able to design something like this in 2-point perspective. Very simple. And don't forget to add a couple of black color inside your design, and it will help the sketching to look much better. And as we add these, the areas that couldn't be seen before look much better now. And in some areas that we are not able to see, we can make it completely dark. And don't be afraid to do that. Maybe we make a couple of these cushions completely dark. And this technique that we're using will help our sketching to look much better. But in general, by using a couple of simple techniques, we were able to design a chimney. And this is another way in order to use 2-point perspective in our interior design. Try to use it in different areas with different scale. If it wanted to be big or if it wanted to be small. This was a medium scale. A small scale is for designing furniture and big scale is for designing lobbies.